Hello viewers, this is your captain speaking, Scruffy of Scruffy Tam Airlines. I hope you're going to enjoy my next several videos as I fly across the United States in different aircraft playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a new series. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but my energy is renewed. Each time I stream, I'll be taking the video from Twitch and posting it here. So be sure you come back, watch each installment each week as we fly across the United States, checking out different sightseeing areas. Some pretty exciting, some not so much, but we'll have fun nonetheless. If you enjoy my videos, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ScruffyTam. See you soon. Take care. Good Friday evening, everybody. How is everybody doing this evening? Yes, it's Friday. I had to think for a minute because it kind of Castro, what is going on? Thank you for the troll door knock. Appreciate that. How are you this evening? Wow, this microphone, I've got it really hot. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. Hope you're doing well. I've kind of got I'm doing really good, thank you. I've kind of got the mic pointing right at me because the way my flight controls are, so it's a little hotter than normal. But yeah, I'm doing fantastic, thank you. Doing really well. There we go. So yeah, I was thinking it was Saturday because I didn't have to go into my office. Tam the OG, hey Tam, how are you, baby? I didn't have to go into my office today at work, so I was able to work virtually from home, so it kind of felt like a Saturday. Confused about what day it is, but I'm amazing, thank you. Really addicted to Microsoft Flight Sim. It is freaking amazing, and I highly recommend it if you're interested at all in flying. Just got a Logitech yoke and throttle / other controls, so I'm going to try that out tonight. I haven't done any key binding, so this is going to be a little bit of a struggle for me to figure out all the different buttons and what they do as I'm flying. Probably not a good time to orient yourself to a plane and its controls as you're flying live, but hey, it's Halloween. Oh, you've lost your mind. Your neighbors are playing loud music. It would be different if it's music that you like. The cancer is looking really crisp. Oh, the camera. Thank you, Tam. I was wondering, wait a minute, the crispy cancer? What? Was wondering about that, Tam. I'm gonna turn down my turn on the lights that are on me just a little bit. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be a little unbearable for me, Joseph, just because I don't know Spanish, so I wouldn't know what the heck they were saying or anything. So that'd be a little overwhelming. All right, I'm gonna switch to the game very momentarily. I'm gonna switch to the game. I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming this evening. I do have to work tomorrow morning from 8 to 12, so I'm probably not gonna be up too awful late, but I'm probably gonna get a good 2 hours in at least tonight. And I am drinking a ton of water, trying to lose weight, so I'll probably take several restroom breaks. But anyways, just so you know, not trying to TMI or anything, but just letting you know. All right, let me go ahead and switch to the game. All right, I need to start using my green screen when I stream this game, but anyways, a little too late for that now. Pull up my navigational map. Whoa, dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. My clothes are getting looser on me, so I'm really happy with that. I started out at 420 pounds August 16th. Went to the doctor's office, weighed 420 pounds. As of yesterday, I'm 387. So I'm really stoked about that. The first 2 weeks were really rough, but I've gotten through it, and now I don't have any cravings. So I'm doing well. I'm pretty proud of myself on that. So hopefully I can keep it up. My goal is to get down to 250 and just go from there. I mean, I'll have so much freaking, this probably is TMI, but I'll have so much sagging skin at 250 pounds. It'll be like embarrassing, but hey, it's healthier than what I am now. All right, so what my plan for tonight, what I have done, I'll tell you what, let me talk about what I have done so far in this game. I have created a route that is crossing the United States from one side to the other. So a coast to coast flight tour of the United States. Started out in Myrtle Beach and have made it to Louisiana. Yeah, exactly. I'm healthy and alive, and that's what I want. I want to be here for you and the kids. I mean, I definitely want to see the kids, you know, graduate high school, go to college, get married, you know, get a job and all that stuff, and hopefully have great grands. So I landed last night when I streamed. No, was it last night? Wasn't last night. Night before last, Wednesday night when I streamed. I landed in shoot, I can't even think. Landed in New Orleans. And so tonight we're gonna fly at least from New Orleans over to George Bush International Airport, which is in Houston. From there, we're gonna fly up to Dallas, back down to San Antonio, and then we'll start heading back out west. There's not a whole lot of sightseeing at this point. There was on the way into New Orleans. There was a lot of cool stuff to see. Not sure how it's going to be from New Orleans to Houston, but what I'm really excited about is flying up the west coast of California. So I'm not going to fly up the entire coast, but we're gonna cover a good bit of the coast of California. From there, fly over to Las Vegas, and then try to fly over the Rockies. I was told yesterday that the plane I'm using probably will not go that high in the air. We'll see. If not, I'll switch to another plane. No biggie. So that's the plan. The plan for tonight is to go from, I keep on wanting to say Los Angeles, but I'm way far away from there. From New Orleans to Houston. Houston? I hope we're not going to have any problems, Houston. And then we'll go from Dallas, time permitting. All right, so that's the plan. If you haven't played Microsoft Flight Simulator, I am fascinated by it, even watching others stream it, because I love flight. Oh, you got to put the kids to bed. Okay, Tam, thank you, baby. I love flight, so I'm cool watching someone fly a plane. This game is real time, so the plane's gonna fly just as fast or slow as it would in real time. And I'll kind of look around, show you some sights and stuff like that as we go. So here we go. Let's get this thing going. And I'll turn off my spoopy music as soon as the game starts. I've got to pick out some more spooky music to go
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar traffic
for my
Cessna
October
Sierra
streams.
Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee taking off runway 18 departing straight out.
All right, here we go. Again, this is a new flight controller that I've got, a new yoke. So it's going to take a little bit of struggling on my part to get used to it. In fact, I'm not sure how to do what I just did. I actually used the keyboard to look down. So we're gonna go ahead and take off the part brake. I'm gonna turn on some panel lights. There we go. Looks a little cloudy out there.
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar traffic Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee is taxiing to runway 18.
All right, here we go. We're gonna take off on runway 18. I'm fixing to move, bump my throttle up to full throttle. And take off. Here we go. And we are in Louisiana right now. Taking off. What I usually like to do is I'll get to 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet's a really nice cruise altitude for me. Once I get to 3,000 feet, I'll throttle back and we'll just kind of cruise at 3,000. Check out the sights, see what there is to see. But for now, I need to go ahead and climb. Let's see here, T1. Retract my flaps. I was about to say reflap my tracks. I will say so far.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee is type Cessna 152 1 miles south of Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar 500 feet.
Just from
flight following.
There we go. Just from the little. Wait a minute. We'll let the tower finish talking to me first. Just from the little bit of playing around. Oh my gosh. It's not going to let me talk. From the little bit of
Foxtrot Yankee radar contact 1 mile south of Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar 1,000 feet. Altimeter tree 0.06.
Roger, Cessna Uniform Foxtrot.
Hang on just a minute. There. From the little bit of flying I've done before stream with my new flight controller, my yoke and stuff, I'm really loving the smoothness of it. Way better than a thumb joystick that I was using. All right, so I'm at 1,000 feet altitude right now. Got a little thunderstorm action going on here. It's okay. Unless I get into the clouds in the thunderstorm, then I'm going to be totally freaking lost. That's okay. It's okay too. All right, we're steadily climbing. We're at 1,600 feet right now above sea level. I'm going to inch over here to the right just a little bit. Get on my flight path. On the correct flight path, I should say. There we go. Now we're on track. All right, we're at 2,000 feet. I'm gonna slowly throttle back a little bit. Where I'm just slowly gaining altitude, and then we'll climb to 3,000 feet and just kind of chill out until we get to Houston. Once we get close to Houston, I'll throttle back a lot more to land, of course. I'll give us a look out the windows momentarily. So look out this window, we can see the Gulf of Mexico to our left. Over this way is the coastline of Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana coastline. Also, once I get leveled out, I'm gonna play around just a little bit with these buttons on my yoke so I can figure out what they do. Because when is the best time to figure out how to control your plane? When you're in the air, of course. 3,000 feet in the air is the best time to figure out what's what on the airplane. Oh, what did that do? Shoot, that's not good. Okay, not exactly sure. I'm gonna go to the external view where I can see the plane and see what this does. I think it's flaps. Yeah, it looks like that's okay. All right, so I'm good there. Gonna make my passenger seasick here with the bobbing up and down. Oh, okay, there we go. So this is the button I need to see the rest of my instruments. Nice. Okay. My poor plane. There we go. Let's get things stabilized a little bit. There we go. Oh, I know what I got to do. Hang on a minute. My trim is way off is what the issue is with it bobbing so much. There we go. That one should be good. Once it levels out this time, I should be good. I know I'm nosediving right now. But Joseph, that's awesome, man. When you start losing weight and actually see progress, that's the stuff. For me, I've tried many times through the years to lose weight, and this is the second time in my life that I'm really, you know, I've got that focus, and I'm really doing good, and I want to try to stay on that path while I'm on it. But what makes a huge difference to me is when I can actually see the difference in my clothing, and I'm at that point. I've moved up 2 notches on a belt, which is amazing. I've been able to use a belt now that I haven't been able to wear in a long time, which is also good. And my shorts, my shirts are getting looser too, and it's a good thing. So all these things just kind of put you in the right headspace and give you encouragement, you know, that hey, it is worth it. I am losing weight. All right, I'm still trying to, it looks like I'm still gaining some altitude. Instead of holding steady, so I'm going to throttle back just a touch more. All right, and let's look out the window. So here, again, the Gulf of Mexico. I wonder if people live on those. I bet they don't. I don't know though. They might live on those little islands there. Then over here we have, I guess this is still Louisiana. I don't think we're nowhere near Texas yet. But I absolutely love, I love flight.
Yankee, contact New Orleans approach on 118.9er. Good day.
I love flight.
118.9er for Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. New Orleans approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee 3,300 feet.
I love, oh my gosh, every time I try to talk, the tower tries to overtalk me. There. I love flights and I love flying. So I can sit here, and I have for hours, and just look at this view right here. The gauge isn't out the window. Let's see, how are we doing as far as, oh, look at that. We are vertical, baby. So this gauge tells you if you're, it's your vertical gain, basically. So if you're above this 0, then you're gaining altitude. If you're below it, you're losing altitude. Right now I am dead at 0, and I'm loving this. I'm gonna bump the throttle down just a little bit because I'm at 3350 altitude, and I really want to be at 3,000 feet. So this should slowly bring me back down.
Hello? Is it me
Vera!
you're lurking for?
Vera, thank you so much for that lurk. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the lurk. You know lurks are important. Appreciate that. Throttle back just a little bit more. I'm so excited about these flight controls because it beats the heck out of, I was just using an Xbox controller. So anything is better than an Xbox controller flying a plane. So what I've got, it's kind of like the real life, and in fact it looks very similar to oops, it's almost identical actually to this yoke here. Hey Tam. Okay, no problem, babe. Thank you for lurking. I mean, working while you watch. What I was trying to say there. And what's really cool is as I move my yoke or flight controller, the one in the game moves too. Which right now I'm flying a perfect heading, and I really don't want to move it to show you, but once I have to move a little bit, then I'll show it to you. So right now we're flying from New Orleans, Louisiana. This is the Gulf of Mexico. And then this is Louisiana. So we're flying from New Orleans to Houston, Texas. Depending on how long it's going to take to get there, I may go ahead and fly from Houston to Dallas as well. We'll just see how the stream goes. All right, I am going to have to turn to the left just a little bit. I see that my plane's drifting some, so let me show you. When I turn my controller, see how the yoke is slowly turning in the game? It's amazing because it feels, doesn't feel, but it looks just, I mean, it's a whole lot more realistic than using a, oh no, are you serious, Tam? Nope. Okay, I'm not frozen here, and yeah, it's got to be your connection, babe, because I have no lag according to OBS. I'm not dropping frames. You are. It's not you, it's me. Yeah, but my connection looks good, babe. I haven't dropped any frames. So maybe just refresh Twitch. I need to see which direction the runways go. Okay, so my plan will be to land on runway 33. Is that 33 or 32? Okay, I see it's 32 and 33 right there together. So I'll plan on landing on either the left or the right landing strip there once it's time. It looks to me like I'm drifting. Am I drifting? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'm drifting right. Okay. Let me turn just a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's take a look out the window again. Again, on the left, we've got the Gulf of Mexico and then the Louisiana coastline. Look out the right window, we can actually see Louisiana. Louisiana. Oh, I need to head back to the left just a little bit. I'm drifting a little more than what I wanted to the right. So let me drift back to the left now. Fly him a little Cessna. I did buy a oh shoot, I can't think of the name of the plane, but it's a fighter plane, World War II bomber. Amazing plane. I've been told it was a very good choice to get that one, but you really can't see out the front of it. It's super fast, very cool to maneuver it. But I figured it probably wouldn't be a good one to stream. I might do that once I get way more comfortable in this game. We'll see. Looks like we're getting into a little bit of stormy weather. I've been seeing some lightning strikes off in the distance. Throttle up just a little bit now. So I'm bumping the throttle up just a little bit. I do see where I'm losing some altitude, which is what I was wanting to do, kind of get to that 3,000 foot mark. But I'd like to kind of stay at that 3,000 foot mark once I get there. It looks like I'm gaining a little bit now. I'm happy. So let's take an external view. I haven't done this but one time this stream. Let's look at the outside of the plane. Here we go. Take a look around. So again, over here, looking this way, this is the Gulf of Mexico. And the heading I'm going, we're actually going to be flying right over the Gulf of Mexico as we head to Houston, Texas. And then this way, if you look this way, we're actually looking into Louisiana and Missouri. I don't remember. I'm horrible. I used to know all the states and all that stuff, like the geography of the United States, but not so much anymore. It looks like my navigational map may be locked up. it's not. Okay. It looked like it was locked up, but we're good. Moving slow, moving slow. All right, I'm gonna, again, just kind of veer to the left just a little bit. This is pretty cool. That's either some really, really low clouds or that's ground fog. It's pretty interesting. So what I'm wanting to do, this is the map I'm using to navigate the airports and the airspace with. And the flight plan has me just, you know, a straight shot. The problem with this line here, the purple line, is that the runways aren't lined up with that. The runway is actually lined up this way, this angle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fly. This is kind of going to be my plan, is to fly along this line and then come in and land at the airport. See how that works out. We shall see. Got a little ways to go. Plenty of time. I just hope I have enough gas. There's a front view of the plane. Oh, that's cool. Top view. Nice. Looky over here, we have the Gulf of Mexico and close to the coastline. So you can see the Gulf of Mexico. We're actually gonna fly directly over it. This is the shore for it. The land will be over this way, and we're gonna fly right over the Gulf of Mexico on our way to Houston. So although there are storms in the vicinity, right now flying is pretty smooth. So if you need to get up, move around the cabin, go use the bathroom, feel free to do so. Our waitresses will be, our flight attendants, excuse me, our flight attendants will be around with some in-flight snacks for you and drinks that you can pay for momentarily. So sit back, enjoy the flight, and when you are seated, if you're not up moving around the cabin or using the bathroom, we do ask that you stay in your seats and with your buckle fastened, just think in the unlikely event that we run into some turbulence. Enjoy your flight. Just kind of fixing my heading just a little bit. Looks like I'm flying pretty steady now, right at 3,000 feet, which is what I'm wanting. So that's a good thing. And speaking of being a pilot and talking about stuff, that little ding that the pilot does when, you know, before he makes an announcement or whatever, I'm gonna, whoa, I am veering right all of a sudden. Part of why I'm veering right, I just realized every other time I've played Flight Sim, the winds have been out from the west, directly from blowing easterly. So from the west, blowing directly east at like 2 knots. But right now, the winds are blowing right to left against my plane at 11 knots. So that's probably why I keep on veering to the right. I'll just have to keep an eye on that. This game is super realistic. So anyways, back to what I was gonna say. I am going to find that tone that the pilots make, that bing, whatever it is. I'm gonna try to find that and put it in my stream as a sound effect. So whenever I go to make announcements, it's like you're really flying in a plane.
Foxtrot Yankee, contact Houston Center on 126.35. Good day.
126.35 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Houston
Alrighty.
Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, 3,100 feet. Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, Houston Center, altimeter tree 0.06, continue as planned.
All right, cool. I will see you soon, Houston. And hopefully, Houston, we're not going to have a problem. We'll see. I have not yet landed with my new yoke. Actually was just kind of playing around and throttled all the way down a little while ago just to see if I could glide back to the airport and land, but at the end the plane actually stalled and I ended up nosediving into the ground. Yeah, I crashed. But hey, we got the plane rebuilt and we're back. We're back. All right, look out that window once again. Got this window.
American 2401, contact Houston Center on 132.65. Good day. American 2401.
So what's happening now is the Houston Tower is talking to another plane. That's not me. There's more air traffic in the air, of course. And that's the aircraft that they're speaking with. Speaking with. All right, we are approaching the Gulf of Mexico now. Man, Ryan, what is going on, dude? Yes, it has been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. Just having a little fly-in action this evening. Over here is the Gulf of Mexico in the United States. So what I'm doing is a coast-to-coast tour of the United States. I started at the East Coast, flying west. Then I'm gonna fly from west back to east in my little Cessna. Pretty exciting. How have you been, Ryan? Awesome to see you. Eating pizza, dude. Pizza is like my favorite meal. I love Italian food, but I also love Hispanic Mexican food. I love it. But yeah, pizza is like on the top of my food list. Pizza is right there at the top. Pizza. So have you ever seen this before? You ever seen Microsoft Flight Simulator? Oh, I like all types too, but just as far as my faves go, Italian probably, you know, is at the top. Italian food, and then I definitely love Hispanic / Mexican food as well. So we're about to fly right over the Gulf of Mexico. We're approaching. You haven't seen it. Okay, so just so you know, this is a flight simulator. And it's just like really flying a plane. So I actually have the same. Let me show you. We'll switch back to the inside of the plane. So this right here is called a yoke. It's what you steer the plane with. You pull back on it to go up, push in on it to go down. I have this same control right here in front of me, so it's really like I'm flying the plane. And it's real time too. So however long it takes to fly from point A to point B.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, contact New Orleans approach on 124 decimal tree. Good day.
Give me just a second.
Going to 124 decimal tree Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. New Orleans approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee 3,100 feet.
There we go. It is on Steam.
Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee New Orleans approach altimeter tree 0.05. Continue as planned.
Yeah, I've actually got it on. I'm playing it on Steam right now. It's kind of a pricey game, but like flying. So I'm not sure where you're located in the world, but I'm in the United States. So I'm flying from Louisiana, from good Lord, why can I never remember where my oh well, I'm flying from Louisiana to Houston, Texas. And so however long it would take in this plane in real life to fly from one to the other is how long it's gonna take me this evening. And then time permitting, once I land in Houston, we'll fly over to Dallas, and that's probably going to be the end of my stream, if I even get that far. Oh, you're in Arizona. Okay, dude. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm talking about then. So yeah, and once I go to Texas, I'm going to be flying the coast of California, and then after that, I am going to go to Arizona. I'm pretty sure Phoenix is one of my stops that I put on my flight plan. So anyways, it's pretty awesome. And this is what I'm using to navigate with. It's a navigational map, and this is free here. It's not a part of Microsoft Flight Sim. So I made my own flight plan across the United States. You can see where I started, which is my hometown. That's right, I didn't start at Myrtle Beach. I started at my hometown, and have flown this far so far. What do you have to do in the game? Okay, so to begin with, and you don't have to do it, but I highly recommend doing it, they have a tutorial on the different parts of the plane, and you get graded on how well you do with learning the different parts, and then they teach you how to taxi, you know, just drive the plane on the runway, or drive it up to the runway, and they grade you on that. Then they grade you on your takeoff, they grade you on your landing. Other than that, if you don't enjoy flying, then it's going to be kind of boring, both as a you know, a player and as a viewer. But I love flight. I've watched hours of people playing this. I thoroughly enjoy flight. I'm fascinated by it. Another really cool thing, Ryan, is that it's what you see is actual satellite imagery. So it's not like a fake drawing. It's actually Bing maps. It's satellite Bing map imagery. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could fly in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, so they've done a fantastic job with this. The details are phenomenal. The airport, there's an airport a half mile from my house, and it's identical to the real life airport. Like when I'm on the ground taxiing onto the runway and I look around, I mean, it's freaking awesome. I flew over my house. So it's pretty amazing, and I like this feature too, that you can look outside the plane, you know, and look around too. So for the next few minutes, there's not going to be a whole lot to see because I'm actually flying over the Gulf of Mexico as I fly into Houston. I hear some thunder. But over this way, this view, it's looking over the Gulf of Mexico. You know, it's not, Ryan, taking off and just flying it is not that bad, especially after you go through the tutorial that teaches you, you know, what to do. Oh, in real life, I have no idea. I have flown one time. I was a co-pilot because I was taking a flying lesson, but I got sick and I've never tried to fly a plane again. But yeah, I would say it's real intimidating. So no, I'm not a pilot in real life. Kind of wish I was. I wish I didn't get sick, because I would totally be down to be a pilot. But yeah, this view here is pretty cool. So there's a top-down view of my airplane, front view, and then you can get the two side views. And then, like I said, they give you different views that you can look at. My favorite is the cockpit view, just because I love flight, and it's just fascinating to me to watch the gauges and the outside. I could do this and have done this for hours on end. So I play this off stream too, but I just don't feel like it, or just don't have time to, you know, get stream up and running. I still jump in and fly from one airport to the other, just for practice and just for the fun of it. Yeah, Ryan, if you like flying, and apparently you do, from GTA 5, it is 100% worth the money, and there's multiple planes that come with the game, but you can also buy different planes as well. They do have jetliners that you can fly. This is just a single prop Cessna, small, just a 2-seater. But they do have like a business type plane that's a dual prop, and fighter jets, all sorts of stuff that you can get, helicopters. But I'm just wanting to get comfortable flying, so I'm using this. It's a really easy plane to fly. So I figured I'd start out with this and go from there. Yeah, I definitely recommend it, no doubt. And I am fixing to take a quick break. I've been drinking a ton of water, so I got to get rid of some of that water. I'm going to go ahead and pause this flight and go to my be right back stream, but I will be right back. Let me put on some music and pause the game, and I'll be right back. Stick with me. It's going to be fun. See ya. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes, probably like just 2 minutes. See you in a minute. All right, and I'm back.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, contact Houston Center on 126.35. Good day.
All right, give me just a minute and I'll tell you what's going on there.
126.35 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
All right, so
Houston
what's
Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, 3,100 feet. Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, Houston Center, altimeter tree 0.05, continue as planned.
Okie dokie. So what's happening right there is the largest regional airport. I have requested that they follow my flight. Not really sure what the purpose of that in real life is, except just you know, in case you crash or something, they can know where to look to find you. I don't really know, but they kind of do a handoff. So the airport in Louisiana that I took off from, no, it wasn't that one. The regional airport that was near that one was who I was radioing and talking to, but they have handed me off to Houston is basically what happened. New Orleans. Yeah, that's where I was. New Orleans, Louisiana. And so that's what that communication was with the tower just then. Ooh, got a little lightning going on. We're getting close to a storm. I have never flown in a storm before, so if it gets kind of funky, then it's gonna be fun. So we can look out. We're kind of above a little bit of clouds. We're kind of in between clouds, I guess. Got some below me, some above me. But looking over that way, it looks like it is still.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, contact Houston Center on 120.35. Good day.
There we
Going
go.
to 120.35 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
All right, so
Houston
basically.
Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, 3,100 feet.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, Houston Center, altimeter tree 0.05, continue as planned.
There we go. So basically what they've done is just they've handed me off, and they're telling me what radio frequency to call if I have any problems or whatever. I'm gonna turn to the left just a little bit. The wind is actually blowing from my left to my right, and that's pushing me off course just a little bit. So I keep on having to correct to the left just a touch. All right, I think I'm good. Yeah, and Ryan, there's a lot of stuff to learn too, as you play the flight simulator. It's pretty amazing. Some of this stuff I already knew from my drone, being a remote pilot, a drone pilot. But it's pretty cool actually putting what I knew from my drone pilot studies into real practice. Pretty amazing. All right, I'm gonna switch to the external view and let's take a look at this storm. Looks like we're fixing to fly into these clouds that are directly ahead of us. Seeing a little bit of land sticking out right there, and then again just water, Gulf of Mexico to my left. Top down view, not a whole lot to see except water. And I'm going to jump back in the cabin again just so I can keep an eye on my gauges. Everything is beautiful right now though, gauge wise. And also, Ryan, you can you can fly a plane using an Xbox controller or pretty much any game controller that has a USB. I did recently just get the yoke is what the steering wheel in a plane is called. I did recently get a Logitech yoke and throttle controls, just so it's a little more realistic for me. I might have already told you that. If I did, I apologize. All right, we're heading exactly west, and that's good. Not a whole lot to see outside right now because one, it's cloudy, and two, we're flying over the Gulf of Mexico, so not a whole lot to see except water. Once we get closer to Houston, we'll be able to see some land, but even then, I don't think it's anything too awful exciting. Checking my notifications really quick. And you can land anywhere you want to in the world. If it's a flat piece of earth, even if it's not a flat piece of earth, you can attempt to land, but you're probably gonna crash, just like you would in real life. But you can land on any highway, a farm, any flat piece of land or whatever. It's really, really cool and super realistic because you can do the same in real life. Okay, this is amazing right here. We're flying through, well, that's kind of a, no, it's not, wait a minute. That's still the Gulf of Mexico. But we're fixing to fly through this cloud or just barely above it. A plane is flying so beautifully right now that I really don't want to, I was going to kind of go down a little bit and fly through it, but a plane is just flying beautifully right now and I don't want to screw that up. So here we go through the clouds. Beside the clouds. Hopefully we'll go through this one little piece right here. Is that a thing? A piece of a cloud? Clouds are peaceful, so there's that. Oh cool, it lit up with lightning. That was pretty awesome. I'm glad the storm's not really intense and that I'm not having to deal with lightning strikes all around me. I'm not sure how that would work. This is so cool. There we go. So we are out of that cloud. That was pretty awesome. First time that I've actually flown through a cloud in this game. Right now, I can't get a weather report. I wonder if I can. Bet Houston's not on my list yet. Once I get close to Houston, I can select it as my destination airport, and then I can get a weather report. But I have a feeling it's not going to be on the list yet because there's a ton of airports between where I am right now and Houston. I'm gonna try though. Yeah, it's not on my list yet. That's okay. We got a ways to go before we are close anyways. So just enjoy the flight. see here. I'm gonna look up something on my phone. There's a sound effect, a specific sound effect that I want to find. For when I'm doing streams of Flight Sim. Let's see if I can find it. I've actually got an account with a music service, and they have sound effects and stuff that I can use royalty free without worrying about copyright or any of that crap. So that's what I'm going to use to try to find this sound effect, and that I don't have to worry about Twitch, you know, slapping my hand for using non-verified music or sound effects. Or non-licensed, I guess, because I am licensed to use any of this music or sound effects. So let's see here. Sound effects. Well, here's one, but this isn't going to be what I'm looking for. This is the captain speaking. Let me turn it up. Did y'all hear it? It'll let me. There we go. Oh, crap. Hang on a minute. I just realized, see, the one cool thing about flying, and because it's not real life, is I don't pay much attention to the plane. I kind of get distracted, like I just did, and I ended up drifting really big time off course. So I'm having to turn left a little bit. The wind is blowing left to right, and it's kind of blowing me off course. And that's totally my fault for not paying any attention to the plane. I don't think I have autopilot in a Cessna. So I gotta focus. I can't just rely on the plane to get me where I want to go. Looks like the storm is off to my my right and behind me now, so that's a good thing. I'll take that. Straighten back up, get level, and we should be good, hopefully, until the wind blows me again and I'm not paying any attention. All right, let's see here. So I'm just searching for that jet noise, the particular noise that I'm looking for. I may just have to do this after the stream. Yeah, there's too many results. All right, so if you are just joining me, I'm doing a coast to coast of the United States flight in my Cessna. Taking it kind of slow. Okay, all right, Ryan. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. If that means you're heading out, be safe. It's always good to see you. Drop in anytime, even if it's just to drop in and say hi and leave. I appreciate you being here. Nice talking to you, and I hope you do get this game and that you enjoy it, or this simulator. I hope you enjoy it. So tonight I started out in New Orleans at a little airport actually south of New Orleans, and I am flying to Houston, Texas, as another leg of my coast-to-coast tour of the United States. From Houston, if there's time this evening, and it's kind of hard to tell right now how much time there will be, but if there's time, once I land in Houston, I will then jump on the next leg of my tour, and that'll be going to Dallas. I'll head to Dallas. But for now, like I said earlier, even though there is a storm off to our right, the air is pretty smooth. So if you need to get up and move around, or if you need to use the restroom, go ahead and unbuckle and do so. I do ask that you mind the flight attendants. They are coming down the aisle right now with snacks and drinks for everybody. Any alcoholic drinks you will have to pay for. But when you are seated back in your seat, I do ask that you buckle up in the event that we do run into some turbulence, just so you don't get hurt. All right, that's pretty much it right now, folks. We are over the Gulf of Mexico. If you look out, if you're sitting on the right side of the aircraft, you can look out and see the coastline. Clouds are obscuring some of it, but you can look out and see the coastline of the United States. And then if you're on the left side of the plane, sorry, the only view you have is the Gulf of Mexico and its water as far as you can see. But other than that, just sit back, enjoy the flight, and I'll be back with you momentarily. Take care. All right, so we are not quite, I don't think, halfway through. No, we're not halfway through. Probably a third of the way through with this leg of our coast-to-coast tour. I can show you on my navigational map. So this is my navigational map. I use it's called Little Nav Maps. It's a free program, but it's amazing. So I took off, like I said, just south of New Orleans. God, that name is escaping me today for some reason, but took off at a little airport, South Lafourche Airport. And this is the flight path it wants me to take, but I'm veering off of that just a little bit because the runway is this way, is this direction. So if I flew here, I wouldn't be able to land. So I'm kind of my flight path will end up something similar to this, and then we'll fly probably line right up with this KGLS airport, because its runway is right in line with Houston's runway. And then we'll land. Every now and then you'll notice that my plane drifts to the right, and I think I figured out that what that is the wind. The wind is blowing from east to west. Well, it's kind of blowing out of the southeast up to the northwest, so that's blowing my plane to the up just a little bit, or to the right, and it's at 10 knots too, so that's a rather moderate wind. Give me just a minute. Let me correct my course just a little bit, and then I'll go to the external view, and we can kind of look around outside the plane as well, from outside the plane, kind of like a drone follow view. It's a pretty sweet view. All right, look out the window, Gulf of Mexico shore, and now this external view so you can actually see the outside. Pretty sweet little view. Nothing to see in the top down view because we're over the Gulf of Mexico. It's been a little stormy this whole flight since I took off in Louisiana. But There really hasn't been any turbulence or anything like that. It's been fairly decent. If you don't have Microsoft Flight Simulator and you enjoy flight, I highly recommend getting it. It's rather pricey, but the details and the details not only of the landscape and everything, but also the details of the plane and of the actual flight experience, taking off, landing, actually flying the plane, is as close as I've ever seen as being real as possible. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. But I love flying. I mean, I could sit and have sat here for hours, just listen to the sound of the plane, the engine, the wind rushing, just looking out the windows. I love it. I love it, love it. And I've got a list over here to my left of places that people suggest for me to fly, but of course I'm going to finish my coast to coast tour first, so it might take a little while to get to your suggestion, but I'm always down for suggestions. I've seen some streamers fly to some really cool places. I watched a guy the other day fly over Antarctica and give a tour of it. Unfortunately, it was super cloudy and raining, snowing. The weather was horrendous, so you really couldn't see much. But it's pretty amazing. So that's something that's on the list in my mind. Haven't put it on the paper because I want to leave that up to viewers to tell me where they want to go or what they want to see, not where they want to get. Well, I guess technically y'all are along for the flight. Once I get a lot of viewers, I guess I will have to do a jetliner then, right? Get a jetliner, big old jet airliner. Don't carry me too far away. I know you didn't come here to hear me sing. Oh, I know. All right, I didn't even see that lightning flash, so the storm is definitely behind us now. I was kind of concerned that I would be in the middle of it, and I don't know how a lightning strike would work in this sim. Well, I just saw I spoke too soon. Just saw a flash of lightning above my head. So much for that. Now, I've never flown in a situation where I had a fly-by instrument, so that could be quite interesting. I pretty much just fly visually and by the GPS. But I'm sure at some point in my tour, when I go to land, it's going to be either like super dense fog, or it's going to be raining and low visibility or something like that. Taking off, I don't think would be that big a deal, but landing would definitely be a problem. All right, I'm going to see if Houston is in my list of airports that are nearby now, just so I can tell them my intentions to land there and which runway I intend to use. Oops, wrong one. Go back. looking for Houston. I might still be too far away to select Houston. Yeah, I am. Okay. Still too far away. No big deal. Got plenty of time. Just thought I'd go ahead and connect and let them know, hey, I got this Cessna that's going to be flying in sometime in the next hour to an hour and a half. No biggie though, no biggie. No big one.
It's really no big deal at all.
It's getting a little stormy again. Saw some lightning in front of us. We'll see where this leads. I noticed that I am gaining altitude very slowly, and I don't really want that. I want to lose altitude very slowly, so I'm going to throttle back just a touch. This is the altimeter in the plane, and so if the big hand's on the 3, it's kind of like telling time. Big hand's on the 3, little hand is just over the 2, so I'm at 32, I don't know, 32.10 maybe, 3,210 feet in the air. Now, if this hand was on the 1, I would be at 10,000, or yeah, 10,000 feet. This is just the clock, and no, the clock is not right. I could set it to my local time, but it's not that serious to me. This gauge right here is very useful to me. I use it a good bit, and it's basically telling you how much, or how, let's see here, it's basically vertical. So if I'm gaining altitude, this needle will be above the 0 if I'm gaining altitude. If I'm losing altitude, it will be below 0. And you can see it's kind of going from 0 to just below the 0, and that's what I want. So I want to slowly start bringing my altitude down. For one, because I like to fly around 3,000 feet. You can still see things, and you're not in the clouds most of the time. The second reason is because I'm about halfway through with my flight. I'm going to go ahead and start, thinking about landing in Houston and get ready for that. This gauge here shows you how level you are with the earth, with the horizon. Right now I'm pretty much perfectly level. This is our airspeed. So we're at probably 94, 95 knots wind speed. This tells us what heading we're going. The compass rose which direction we're heading. So we're at a almost direct western heading. In fact, I probably need to correct that just a little bit. I'm probably a little bit too, I'm heading a little bit too south. I really want to head directly west. I haven't learned this gauge too much. I have no idea. Haven't learned these, haven't looked at them too awful much. This is my RPM gauge for my engine. And not sure exactly what that one is. Let's see if we can find it out. Okay, turn coordinator. So just lets you know how hard you're turning. You don't want to turn too awful hard. I think you can't turn, but you don't want to turn over a 30-degree turn, if I'm not mistaken. And again, I'm not really sure what these are used for. Probably some sort of navigational device. I really don't know. if I get close to another aircraft, you'll start hearing a beeping and these lights will light up. And what they do, they just warn you of other aircraft in the area. It's like a collision warning. That's pretty interesting. And then we have our radio. This is our comms. So it looks like I got 4 comm units. Well, maybe not. This navigational unit, comm unit, and then okay, so nav unit 1, nav unit 2, comm 1, comm 2. Sorry, didn't mean to be deceptive.
Oh no.
I haven't really looked at these little buttons here to see what they do. Markers. I've set the audio signal of markers. Okay. All right, let's go back here, check the airport list, see if Houston's in there yet. Airport's farther away. Further away. Further away. Houston is a good bit away, and there's a ton of airports all around here, so yeah, I didn't really expect to see it. Each one of these little magenta circles is an airport, and you can see, I mean, there's a ton of them, especially once I get close to Houston. There's a ton of little airports all around there, so I'm probably gonna have to wait till I get like right here, and then it should show Houston, hopefully. We'll see. Still kind of learning this whole flying a real aircraft thing. Airspace and all that stuff. The airspace, you know, the airspace, you know what I mean? There's this space and it has air in it. Go back to the external view. My plane is drifting back to the right again. What's that? I need to be heading west. Wow, did y'all hear that lightning? That lightning, you can't hear lightning, it's thunder. Although it really is the lightning that you're hearing, but we call it thunder. All right, so let me get back on my little western heading here. There we go. I'm gonna head due west. Due west. All right, now let's have a look around. To my right, pretty much just water, but it's really the Louisiana coastline. And to my left is the Gulf of Mexico. If I do the top-down view, all we see is the Gulf of Mexico, and then same thing here. So right now, it's not a very exciting flight right this minute because I'm flying from Louisiana to Houston and flying over the Gulf of Mexico right now, so there's not a whole lot to see except water. But I've said it many times, I could just sit here and look at this view for hours because I just love flights and flying. So where are we at on our flight? Here's my navigational map. I started out right here at South Lafourche Airport, which is due south of New Orleans International Airport. I just wanted to fly over New Orleans and be able to see it, so I decided to land here. So I would estimate we're probably right at halfway, maybe between New Orleans. I don't know why I keep on wanting to say Los Angeles, but between New Orleans and Houston. So we're gonna land at Houston. Time permitting, I may fly. I'll probably fly to Dallas. That's the next leg. From Dallas, we're gonna go to San Antonio. I love San Antonio, beautiful place. Haven't lived there, but I've visited there. And then from there, where is this at? Midland, Texas. And then we head west. Not sure where Newman is. Honestly, have no idea. And then we'll head over to slowly making our way west over to California, and then we'll fly the west coast of California. Then we'll fly back east. So my plan is to do a coast-to-coast tour of the United States using my Cessna. Okay, I got someone here being funny. So my plane is the yellow plane, and the orange plane is another sim player. They weren't heading my direction, but in the last 2 minutes, they have flown and they've caught up with me, and now they're flying right here at me. They are going significantly faster than I am though, so that might just be a quinky dink. But I mean, I literally saw them turn around so they could get right here at me. They are, let's see, how
1265 contact Houston Center on 124.7. Good day.
okay, so one airport's handing me off to another airport basically. So this dude is at 31,000 feet. See, they're descending too. I wonder if they're gonna mess with me, which you can't crash. You can't crash into other planes in this game, but still, it could just be a coincidence, like I said. Not that it matters to me. Now, if we could crash in the game, then I'd be pretty upset, but not a big deal. Had a little storm following us the whole time. I'm still hearing some thunder from that storm. And I'll tell you, the way time is going right now, this is probably going to be the last leg of my flight for the night. I've been flying probably an hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And if I'm only halfway there, that means I've got a good bit, probably another hour to go before I land. And that's going to put me at almost 11 o'clock my time, and I've got to work tomorrow, so I don't want to be up too late. Be tired at work. I don't remember why did I come up here. I forgot what I was going to look at. That other plane has moved on again. It may. I just thought they had some nefarious things in mind, but apparently they just spun around and we're heading in another direction. The weather is supposed to be live, so I don't know if, you know what, I guess I could just check my phone and see if that's what the weather is right now down there, if it is actually kind of storming. The weather is supposed to be whatever the weather is where I'm at is the weather I'm supposed to be getting in game. So let me check that really quick. Ah, wrong app. My signal in this room isn't very good. All right, yeah, let me look up New Orleans. I'd say, what's a closer airport to me? Little Pecan Island, okay.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, contact Houston Center on 124.7. Good day.
124.7 for Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Houston Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, 3,100 feet.
Little Pecan Island does not show up. So let me just go to Houston. Let's try this. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas.
Spirit Wings 1265, contact Houston Center on 133.8. Good day.
All right, so I'll tell you what, it's pretty darn accurate, because looking at, so I've got New Orleans and Houston on here, and guess what's right in the middle of the two? A storm. So apparently the weather is real time, just like it says. I kind of question that. It could also just be a fluke too, so maybe next time I fly and I get into some rain or some weather, I'll verify that again to see.
120.35 for Southwest 3508.
But if that's true, that the weather is really live wherever you're flying, that's pretty impressive. The game itself, or the sim, is super impressive just on its own, but to have the weather be real time wherever you're flying is pretty freaking amazing too. All right, so what they're talking about here, this communication between Houston with Southwest 3508, it's actually another sim player, and this is really impressive. So this is that other sim player, Southwest Airlines 3508. This is actually not a sim player. Yeah, it is. This is another sim player, but you actually heard the Houston tower communicating with them. And if there's any aircraft in the vicinity while I'm flying, then you'll hear then that person would hear Houston communicating with me. So it's just really an amazing experience doing this, flying this. Right now we are totally surrounded by water. I bet you if I look out any of my windows, we're not going to see any land, and that is the case. We're all water right now. So not really anything exciting to show you, unfortunately. But hey, that is how it is when you fly over water. Not a whole lot to see. Hopefully it won't be long, and we'll get close to some land as we approach Houston. Check my fuel level, 22%. I don't know, I might be in trouble with fuel on this flight. We'll see. One thing I do forget is to gas up before I leave. We'll see. Usually end up with just a half a tank of gas instead of a full. So one of these days I'll remember to fill all the way up before before flying. But for now, live and learn, or die if we run out of fuel. Well, that's the end of my water, so I'm gonna take a quick be right back. I think I'll just leave my plane flying itself. Won't be gone long. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, refill my water, and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna leave y'all with my be right back screen and some background music. I'll be back within 3 to 5 minutes, probably more on the 3-minute end. See you soon. right, and we're back. The plane did a beautiful job flying itself. I have left it before and ran out of gas. Made it just in time back to the flight to be able to save it, but yeah, I just did an in-flight refuel, which is definitely not a thing with the Cessna, but fortunately in this game, or in this sim, you can refuel while in the air, although, you know, highly not realistic, but it's all cool. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna check to see if I can see Houston on my airport list. I got a feeling I'm still too far away for that, but let's see. Oh wow, that lightning was right on top of us, wasn't it? There's so many airports that the computer's like, slow down, let me catch up. Come on, work with me here. There we go. Yeah, we're not close close enough, and I didn't think we probably would be, but hey, it's worth a try, whatever. All right, I'm gonna, I guess I'll just keep on the heading I'm going as we slowly make our way to Houston, ever so slowly. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the external view, take a look at it, see what's up. Getting kind of dark. I don't know if that's just the storm or if the sun's actually starting to go down, but I thought I gave myself plenty of time because I am not one that likes to land at night. I've only had one successful night landing. The other one, I've only landed twice at night. Well, actually, technically I've only landed once at night because the first one was a crash. And then the second one I did land, but I kind of like the daytime flying. If you think this isn't exciting, try a night flight sometime. There's nothing to see except a bunch of lights. Almost as exciting as flying over the Gulf of Mexico with nothing to look at except some clouds and water. That's okay, folks. We're getting close. We're getting close. And once again, folks, this is your pilot speaking. We are slowly approaching Houston. Still got a little ways to go. I just wanted to let you know that that storm is still following us. There's still a possibility that we could run into some turbulence. Right now, the skies are looking pretty clear as far as turbulence goes. So once again, if you need to get up, use the bathroom, you're free to do so and roam around. But we do ask, as you're seated in your seat, to please stay buckled in the event of turbulence because of these storms in the area. The flight crew should be almost done giving out the snacks, so I hope you enjoyed those. Hope you continue to enjoy them. If there's anything I can do for you, just flag down one of the flight crew, tell them what you need, and we'll see if we can accommodate you. Other than that, enjoy the flight. Just remember, stay buckled if you're in the seat, and we should be flying over land within the next probably half hour or so, but I'll keep you updated once we get closer to Houston. The weather in Houston right now looks like it's fairly decent weather. Let's take a look at the weather in Houston. Give you a quick report. Give me just a minute. Pulling the radar up. All right, so currently in Houston, it is 76 degrees, mostly cloudy. And it does actually feel like 76 degrees. So the humidity is well within check. The high today was 78 degrees. The low for tonight will be 72 degrees. There is a slight chance of rain over the next 6 hours. And that's our weather forecast for Houston. So just, once again, hang in there. Enjoy the ride, and I'll be back in touch with you soon. All right. I'm going to continue my western heading. So again, here's my nav map. This is my flight path. Or the flight path that they, not necessarily that they want me to take, but it's the direct path between New Orleans and Houston. But the airport's runway follows this little green line right here. It follows that path, and so what I want to do is kind of fly this direction and then turn and line myself up with it. Hopefully it'll be a good landing. This is the first landing with my new flight controls yoke. Good old Logitech. And hopefully I won't have any issues landing. Let me tell you though, I have torn up some my front nose gear many times landing. but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. A bit late. Well, it's not really late for me, but 10 p.m. for me, which really isn't late, but I was up till midnight Wednesday night. I was up till about 11 o'clock last night, and I got up at 5:30 both mornings. So that is kind of late when you're getting up that early. And then tomorrow morning is no different for me. I've got to get up between 5:30 and 6 a.m. To get to work at 8 a.m. All right, I'm gonna go just a little bit left now, kind of head a little southerly direction, just to line myself up a little bit better with the airport, the runway. So we'll veer south just slightly south. Give myself plenty of time to get lined up with that runway, because trust me, with the joystick, with the control and the joystick that I was using, it was just an Xbox controller, so trying to land and line everything up with my thumb, a little bit difficult. I'm kind of excited to have this controller, this yoke, so hopefully I can land a little more squarely, a little straighter, and it won't be quite as thrilling of a landing as I have been giving my viewers. All right, we're a little bit closer to the airport. I'm going to check the airport list again. So we're looking for George Bush International Airport, KIAH. So George Bush International Airport. It's probably going to be pretty far. Gonna be on back. I was kind of hoping that it's gonna show it. Nope, not yet. Okay, that's all right. It'll eventually show up, and I guess it's kind of early to be trying to communicate with them anyways, but I'm the type of person that always has to get somewhere not on time, but way ahead of time. I'm not a last minute person at all. Wait, have my lights been stuck on red for quite a while? My backlights? That is not what they're supposed to be doing. Wait a minute. Is Tam the OG messing with my backlighting? Is that what's happening here? I think Tam's a little sus on this. I didn't realize my lighting was static. I don't really like it to be static. I like the lights to move and do stuff. So let's see here. I'm going to change it to flicker, where the lights actually flicker, and then change the colors to, I had them, let me try this ghoulish theme. So this is supposed to be like a Halloween ghoulish theme, although blue and green doesn't really seem too ghoulish to me. Oh Lord, a plane. I didn't realize I had went that far south. I'll bring it back to the west just a little bit. I mean, it's okay. That was kind of my intent, so that I could line up with the runway a little bit better, but I was heading a little further south than what I wanted to. But anyways, this lighting pattern, it's supposed to be like ghoulish. That's not that scary to me. Green and blue, whatever. This light pattern, it's called Boo, B-O-O. So again, another little Halloween pattern. don't really see where it's all that, and that's why I had it on, like, I had it where they were animated and it was supposed to be haunted. Spooky was what it's called. But I'm gonna put these on Flickr and let's see what happens on Flickr.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, contact Houston Center on 133.8. Good day.
Going to 133.8 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Houston
Okay.
Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, 3,200 feet.
So they've handed me off to Houston, but I still can't.
Yankee, Houston Center, altimeter tree 0.05 continuous planned.
Okay, thank you. I still don't see Houston on my list. Last time I checked, anyways. But again, no big rush on that. No biggie. I'm just taking a peek at my nav map one more time. Making sure I'm heading in the right direction still. And I'm sure once I get really comfortable with the Cessna, then I'll switch to another plane sometime during my coast to coast tour where the flights will be a little bit quicker. I do realize this is kind of taking a while, but that's okay. It's I'm learning. Okay, now one of my lights is flickering and the other one is not. So this is not working out like I thought it would. Let me try a different pattern here. What if I do color cycle? I wonder what color cycle does. Let's see. Cycles through the colors. So that makes sense, right? But why is one not as bright as the other? That bad boy to be bright. Now turn the left side really bright too. There we go. Wow, that's intense. Now make it do, was it color cycling? Now make it color cycle really bright. We'll see. I don't know. Doesn't. I don't know if Tam is on here messing with them. What? All right, it's time for me to go ahead and start heading back to the west. I'm gonna go to a due west heading directly west.
Houston Center Envoy 3947 is at flight level 360 descending 10,000 feet.
All right, so that's another.
47 Houston Center continuous planned.
That's another plane that Houston's talking with. Not me, not me. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can just stay on this westerly heading now for a little while. Come on, Scruffy. Stay on the heading you're wanting to go on. Alrighty. So I'm wondering if this right here is the Houston airport. It's kind of hard to tell because there's so many other airports on this map, you know, which one's which. So we'll just have to see. Go ahead and try to find it again. At least we're getting some Texas airports now, whereas before we were getting a lot of the ones from Louisiana. George Bush International. Where are you at? Where you at, homie? You ain't here yet, that's for sure. Where you at? Where you at?
Envoy tree 947, contact Houston Center on 133.4.
Yeah, so that's another aircraft as well. It's probably this one. Yeah, so here's the aircraft that they were just
133.4 for Envoy tree 947.
they were just speaking with right here. And then here I am. So again, that's just another sim player, right? Yeah. AI multiplayer aircraft. So yeah. And we're probably 30, I don't know, maybe 40 miles from, possibly 50 miles from land. Right now, all we're gonna see is water. I can do the external view, kind of take a look around and see, but I got a feeling that's all we're gonna see. So let's take a look to the right. Maybe off in the distance, but it's hard to tell because of the cloud cover over there. And of course, to the left is the Gulf of Mexico, so definitely water there. Top down view, I mean front view, nothing. Top down view, water. Not a whole lot to see whichever view we look at. So I'm going to stick to the cockpit view so I can kind of watch my gauges. The wind is at my back now. So the wind's blowing directly. We got a tailwind is what it's called. That's what it is. It's a tailwind. The wind was blowing out of the south. To kind of a northwesterly, but now it's definitely out of the east. We have easterly winds, which is pushing on my tail, and that's a good thing. That'll get us there a little quicker. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Went to hit the mute button so I could cough, and I hit the beep button. This flight is a lot longer than what I was anticipating it being. But I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now, and the vast majority of that, probably an hour and 50 minutes, has been fly time. Still got a little ways to go. It's okay. It's okay. All right, let's see if we can find Houston. Surely Houston should be showing up on my list sometime pretty soon. Since I'm getting fairly close now, let's see here. George Bush International. What? Did not mean to select that airport. That's the problem when there's so many airports around. The airports kind of rotate in and out depending on, see, like that, depending on how close they are to you. And you think you're clicking on airports further from you, and you end up clicking on an airport. You know what though? I think, can I click on the airport and actually have it? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Maybe not. I thought I could click on the airport and have it be there we go. And have it be my my airport in the game. And I could be wrong on that. Let's see. If you can, I'm not seeing it, but I'm really new to little nav maps. So we'll just wait just a little while before we try to contact them again in game. Getting close to time to head northwest. Getting close. So here we are. Here's the airport. I'm just wanting to, you know, I don't want to fly in this direction then have to line up to the runway right here. So what I want to do is kind of fly up this way, give me plenty of time to line up with the runway, you know, where I'm like right here and I'm heading that direction straight into the runway instead of trying to correct when I'm really close. So, see how that works. But first I have to be able to contact them to make sure that I'm okay to to land on the runway that I want to land on, which is runway number. All right, game, work with me. I want to I want to land on runway 33R. 33R is where I want to land. This is a huge airport. Looked like they had, what was that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 runways? Holy crap. So 5 runways, but 10 different directions that you can land. That's pretty amazing. And now I forgot which runway I wanted to land on. I talk too much sometimes. Not really. 33, okay. So 330 degrees, 33R. All right, we're getting close. I might try again momentarily to get back in to find them and get in touch with them. 33R. 33R is the number. You got nothing else to do, so why not search for him? You know, I probably should check my fuel too. I have got to be getting low. Still not showing up. This is pretty crazy. But it's a really densely. Taco, what is happening, man? How are you? Good to see you, friend. I hope you're doing well. Dude, I'm just having some fun flying planes. Flying planes. What I'm doing, how are you, friend? It is so good to see you. So freaking good to see you. What I'm doing is a coast-to-coast tour of the United States. So I started out in my hometown, little airport right here, right near me. Oh, dude, I am doing fantastic. Thank you. I don't know how life could be any better for me. I'm really doing good. Thank you. Started out at a little airport right here, about a half mile from my house, and I'm flying west. I'm in the United States. I'm gonna go to California, fly up the California coast, and then head back east. Got a little bit of sightseeing on the way back. The way heading out west, yeah, there's not so many sights that I had planned to see, but on the way back, hopefully we'll see some pretty good stuff. So right now, Taco, I am, this is the Gulf of Mexico, if you know anything about the United States, which I know you're not from here. But here's the Gulf of Mexico, Texas. So I'm flying over the Gulf of Mexico. I started right here in New Orleans, and I'm flying to Houston, and then that's all I'm gonna do tonight is flying into Houston. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Some of the places I named, you know, some people have heard of, even if they're not from the US, but no, I totally understand, because if you were doing a flight sim and you were showing me landmarks from across the pond, I would be like, I have no idea what you're talking about, unless it's some really famous place I've heard of. So I totally get it. So have you ever watched anyone do flight sim before, Taco? If you oh, you have played it. Okay, cool. Good deal. Good deal. It's one of those things to where if you enjoy flying and you've ever flown a plane, or you just enjoy flying in planes, then it's fun to do it. It's fun to play, but it's also fun to watch. I enjoy watching people do it. But if you don't care anything about flight, it is boring, especially right now when I'm just flying over water. I mean, there is nothing to see right now except water. I'm getting close to land, but right now there's nothing to see but water. So no matter where we look to the right, look to the left, water. Just flying over a large body of water right now. Oh, it's on Game Pass? Okay. I knew it was on Xbox because it's a Microsoft game. I've actually got it on Steam. Oh, we are running low on fuel, friends. We are low on fuel. I'm gonna try to make it. I really don't want to refuel in the air, because that's not a thing in a Cessna, to refuel in the air. So let's see if we can make it to Houston on what little bit of gas we have, a little bit of fuel. See how this works out. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the airport really quick again. Okay, yeah, Taco. It takes me a little while to learn the controls, but I just bought a yoke, the aircraft controller. Just got it today, so this is my first time flying the aircraft without an Xbox controller. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited to land using it, because so far I've only landed using my my thumbstick, and it was not pretty. My landings have not been pretty at all. So we'll see. I really don't want to run out of fuel though and have to glide in and risk crashing. I crashed earlier today. My airspeed just got too low and I stalled and crashed. I don't want that to happen. So if I have to, I'll add a little fuel in if the engine starts sputtering, just so we can make it to Houston. But yeah, I got a flight controller. I'll post a picture. In fact, I can do that now. I'll post a picture in my Discord. I don't have the rudder pedals yet. I just didn't have the money to get all that at once. But yeah, let me post those really quick. Let's see here. Photos.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, contact Houston Center on 133.4. Good day.
My Logitech
133.4 for Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Houston Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, 3,300 feet. Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform.
There we go. I just posted it under photos and art. If you're a member of my Discord. Oh, heck yeah. So another streamer that I follow, the Kung Fu Kangaroo, he and another guy called Coldy Bear, they kind of got me addicted to this game. And Kung Fu Kangaroo also does American Truck Simulator, where he's driving a 18-wheeler truck and he's got the steering wheel and stuff. He's pretty cool. If you ever get the chance to look up the THE Kung Fu Kangaroo, cool dude. And he plays this and American Truck Simulator. Pretty awesome stuff. He's got all the toys. He's got all the toys. All right, we should be seeing some land pretty soon. We're coming up on the shoreline, Texas shoreline, and then I'll be heading northwest. So right now I'm heading pretty much due west. Once I start seeing some land, or probably once we fly over some land, I'll head kind of a northerly direction, and then we'll start a descent into Houston. So passengers, this is your captain, Scruffy Tam. Just to give you an update on the flight, we are coming up on the Texas shoreline. The storm that has followed us the entire way is still following us, and we should be getting ready to prepare for landing soon. So go ahead, and if you need to use the bathroom, get up, walk around the cabin, go use the bathroom. But again, if you're seated, please stay buckled in the event that we run into some turbulence. But go ahead and be stowing away anything that you may have that's loose, and get prepared for landing. We should be touching down sometime in the next half hour. You know what, Taco? Thank you. I'm actually gonna I'm trying to find the sound effect. If you've ever flown in a jet, a commercial jet, they do this little ding before the captain speaks, and I'm gonna try to find that sound effect and put it in my Go XLR so I can hit it before I start talking. Oh, you haven't? Okay, so they've got this tone. It's kind of like a ding tone that they use before they start talking, and I want to find that ringtone, not ringtone. I want to find that tone and put it as a as a sound effect in my Go XLR, just to make it a little more realistic. I mean, if I'm gonna buy the flight controls and stuff, I may as well just, you know, get a pilot hat, get the uniform and everything that they wear, go all out. So when am I gonna play Animal Crossing again, dude? Me and you, I know, me and you are on the same wavelength with that. It's pretty crazy. I picked up Animal Crossing for the first time since, oh my gosh, probably the first of the year, maybe. Today my grandkids were over and they wanted to know if Pop, can you play Animal Crossing with us again sometime soon and visit our islands? So I got on my island just to look at it. Didn't spend much time on it, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it again. I'm sure I will, but I've got to admit, I'm kind of disappointed. They announced today when I logged in, Jack, the pumpkin dude from it, was on there, and he gave me a special gift. Well, guess what it was? The gift he gave me was the same freaking thing I got last year, is a picture of Jack. And the items in the Nook store are the same items from last year, and it's just kind of old. I thought they'd do some new stuff, but it's the same old stuff, and it's really the holidays are what made it really cool. But if the holidays are the same all the time, then yeah, no doubt. I'm not saying it's not a good game. It's an absolutely amazing game. And my goodness, you know how much time I spent on that game and on my island. But it's just kind of gotten old to me. There's really nothing new. And I'm really happy with my island the way it is. So I don't want to destroy my island and restart a new one. That's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. But yeah, Nintendo loves to push new games and then they just kind of desert the old ones. Yeah, so picking it back up and streaming it, I don't know when or if I'll do that. There's got to be some really major changes for me to do that. One funny thing though, so the grandkids come over here at least every Sunday, and they take turns playing my Nintendo because they don't bring theirs with them when they come. So I was on my island and I got to looking around. My pockets were full, and I don't remember my pockets being full, but they were full of a lot of my decorations around the island. So I said, I don't remember picking these things up. So I just went into my house and stored them. And then I got to walking around my island, and there are trees chopped just randomly everywhere. So one of my grandkids has got in there and chopped some of my trees and picked up some of my decorations, which again, it's cool because I hadn't played it forever, but still, I kind of got on to him for doing that. Respect the island. Oh yeah, I know they didn't mean any harm. But you know how much work it is to get your island just the way you want it, and then to have someone go around and, you know, chop trees and pick up all your decorations and try to remember where you got to put them back. Just a little irritating, but yeah, they didn't mean any harm by it. They're just having fun chopping trees. Chopping trees and catching bees or whatever it is. Oh, you don't play it? I'm sorry. I thought you did. My bad. It's a lot of work. Just trust me on that. Houston Airport. Okay, we're getting close to where I can select the airport. Still not there yet. Oh, you don't even own a Switch? Dang. I love Nintendo. I have always, from the very first console, the NES, I have always been a fan of Nintendo, and I've owned every console that they have. I haven't owned all the Game Boys and, you know, all that stuff, and all the DS's, although I did have a DS. But I have owned all the consoles, and I've always been a fan of Nintendo, although, I mean, you're spot on. Dude, the Wii, oh my gosh. The Wii was horrendous. So yeah, I had a Wii, and then after the Wii, when the Wii U came out, what really sold me on the Wii U was the handheld part, just like the Switch is, kind of sort of. It's like the precursor to the Switch. And so I traded my. Did I sell my Wii U? No, I gave my Wii U to my Wii. Excuse me. I gave my Wii to my son-in-law, and I bought a Wii U, and I loved it. I loved the handheld part of it, but still, it was horrendous. The rest of it was horrendous. Yes, you got to be in range. Yep. So I really, that's when I lost my love of video gaming. When the Wii U came out and I bought it, when the Wii came out and I bought it, and then the Wii U came out and I bought it, and it was just such a big flop for me personally. I just lost my joy of gaming. And then when the Switch came out, oh man, I love the Switch. Yeah, that's true. Their games aren't improving very much. But I love the Switch, and then I kind of became addicted to gaming again. And then I had never owned a gaming PC. I had never played a PC game until I started streaming. So once I heard about Twitch, of course, I watched a bunch of people play PC games, and that kind of got me wanting one. So then I got my gaming PC, and oh boy, I love it.
Contact Houston approach on 134.45.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
134.45 for Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Yeah.
Houston approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee 3,400 feet.
It was
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston approach altimeter tray 0.0 to continue as
yes. It's endless on a PC, and I had no idea. All right, so I'm trying to find George Bush International Airport, the airport that is going to be my destination, so that I can tell them my intentions of which runway I want to land at. And it still ain't showing up on here. Oh well, it will eventually. We're still a little ways out, and it's this area of Texas is really crowded with a bunch of little airports. Yeah, and see, I haven't really messed with any of that kind of stuff. With you speaking of game mods, like modding games and stuff. All right, I'm gonna drag my navigation map over. Oh, like components. Oh man, yes. I don't know if you heard my story of how I got screwed when I bought my gaming PC, well, let me know. It's kind of a long story, and I don't want to bore you with it again if you've already heard it. Oh, enlighten you, so you haven't heard it. Okay, I got screwed big time. Let me show you this first, though. So this is the navigation map I use when I'm doing flight sim. It's real life navigational It's just like a real navigational chart. So here I am. This is the airport I'm going to land at. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty cool. It works seamlessly with Flight Sim. Oh yeah, man. It's totally amazing. Totally amazing. Okay, so I had been on Twitch, just, you know, watching others, watching streamers for, oh gosh, probably a year, maybe longer than a year, when I decided that I wanted to be a streamer myself. So I had saved up money, and honestly was just overwhelmed at the prospect of building my own PC because I didn't understand the spec. Oh shoot, I just ran out of gas. Hang on. There. How's that for a realistic? That's not very realistic, is it? Refueling in the air, but hey, I did what I had to do to keep from crashing. Mid-air refueling. That's the second time that's happened to me. I gotta be more careful about running out of fuel. Yeah. So I had saved my money, and I was a manager at a Chevrolet car dealership for 14 years, and this gentleman that used to work for me has his own PC build / repair shop here in town. So a while back, probably 6 months before I decided I wanted to stream, I had just messaged him and said, hey, for a good gaming PC on Twitch, for a PC to stream on Twitch, how much money would I be looking at? And he said, you know, $1,600 will get you, you know, an amazing machine and all this stuff. So I'm thinking, hey, you know, that's not too awful bad. So I put my money back, finally decided that's what I wanted to do. Got in touch with him. He said, yeah, $1,500. And Taco, I had no idea of PC specs, period. Okay. So of course I know hard drive speed and I knew RAM, but I didn't know what I needed for a gaming, hard drive size and RAM, but I had no idea what I needed to stream on Twitch, except for the specs that Twitch gave. Dude, what's up? Hey, Kung Fu Kangaroo. I was just telling Taco about you. So Taco, this is the gentleman that got me hooked on this game, and also plays American Trucking Simulator. So if you don't follow Kung Fu Kangaroo, be sure you check them out. In fact, why don't I just shout Kung Fu Kangaroo out instead of just talking about him? There. So I go in there, and first of all, let me say this about me. When I'm going to purchase something, it's just the way I am, and I don't mean this to sound like I think I'm all that and everything, but whenever I want to buy something, I want to buy the best, okay? So when I decided I was going to stream, I didn't want to start out with lesser equipment and then, you know, buy more as I went. I wanted to start out with the best of everything. So I bought a Stream Deck. I bought the Shure SM70 mic. I bought the big Go XLR, and I'm using an actual video camera, a Sony video camera for my camera. And I'm not saying that to brag by any means, but I'm just telling you. And I had a Elgato capture card. So anyways, the dude, and I tell the guy what I've got. It's, oh, you're welcome, Kung Fu. So it takes them a good month before they have the PC ready. Finally calls me, hey man, it's ready. I get home. Oh, dude, Kung Fu, the yoke is amazing. Once I get to Houston, I'm going to do my first landing with it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the yoke and the throttle control. I mean, I'm able to stay exactly on speed and altitude using this throttle control. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm liking it. So I get home and I plug everything up. I go ahead and put my capture card in. It's one that mounts to the motherboard. Plug everything up, turn the computer on. It gets to the Windows screen and just freezes. So, oh shoot, you know, but I'm familiar with Windows and know how it locks up every now and then and stuff, you know, so I'm thinking, no big deal. So I restarted it. And then the little circles for Windows 10 comes up, and then it freezes again, it locks up again. And then I got a little bit concerned, did it a few more times, same result. Oh yeah, man, this is a game changer. So I did it a few more times, same result. PC kept on locking up. So I finally, because I knew him, I had his phone number and I texted him. I said, hey, look, I'm having this problem. And he said, well, it's got to be something that you've got plugged up to it. Go ahead and unplug all the devices you have plugged up to it and see what it does. So I unplugged everything. I unplugged the Go XLR, the Stream Deck, I mean, everything, but I didn't take the capture card out. Same thing, the computer starts to boot up, locks up. So I told him, I said, I have got everything unhooked except the capture card. Well, I've got the Elgato 4K capture card. And he said, well, it's got to be the capture card, take it out and see what happens. Well, sure enough, I took the capture card out, PC booted up, ran fine, super fast. And he said, well, bring it in and let's take a look at it. So I brought it and the capture card. And I don't know, it was a few days later. I stopped by there and they said, well, it's the capture card. You don't need a 4K capture card. You just need a 1080 capture card. Because the camera you're using is not capable. And I said, hang on a minute. The camera I'm using is a 4K video camera. It's what I use to shoot shoot weddings with. And so he said, well, you should have told me, you know, that and all this crap. So I finally tell him, just give me the computer back. Well, no, first I asked him, would they upgrade? Can you upgrade this? And I know it's going to cost me for the upgrades, but can you give me credit for what you put in there? Well, no, they said they couldn't. So that kind of pissed me off. And so I just went and picked up the computer and I'm like, I'm done with you guys. So then I call a buddy of mine that's done computers his whole life. Got in touch with him and I ended up, Taco, having to replace the motherboard because I had a mini ATX motherboard that the processor I had was an i3, I think, an i3 processor. I can't remember. It was old. I called Elgato and was really pissy with them because their capture card was killing my computer. And finally the dude said, look, man, the processor you have is 10-year-old technology. Oh, well, I'm getting there. So I had to get a whole new PC case, a new motherboard, a new processor, new RAM, and everything else I could use. The graphics card, it's a good graphics card. I was able to use everything else. But it cost me overall, about another $1,000. So I could have spent $2,500 on a freaking killer computer. So I've got $2,500 in this PC now. So let's see. So how did I fry my computer? Okay. Didn't know any better, and I bought, and I can't remember the name of the motherboard that I bought, but it turned out it's a piece of crap motherboard. The motherboard shorted out, which it turns out after it happened and I did some research, it's a known problem with those motherboards. I think it was an Asus. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was an Asus motherboard. No, I don't remember. I put that way out of my head because I was so pissed about the whole thing. So the motherboard fried, and it took out my processor. So I ended up having to buy another motherboard and another processor, and now it's running great. And that's my story. So I've got a decent gaming PC that I've got about $2,000 in. No, 2,500 easy in, and for 2,500 bucks, knowing what I know now, I'd build my own PC and I could have a freaking liquid cooled monster machine for that kind of money. It really made me mad how he did me. And so I'm not one to do, bad reviews and stuff online. But if I see somebody asking, who's a good PC builder or PC repair around here, I direct them somewhere else and tell them not to use the person that I used. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can't improve unless you make mistakes, but dude, I had already spent really more money than I had to spend on the Go XLR and the microphone and the Stream Deck, all the peripherals, and including the original 1,500 for the PC, and then to turn around and have to spend basically another 1,500 to build my own PC and reusing only the graphics card. Just a little disheartening, but I learned. Lesson learned. Education is expensive, and that was an expensive lesson learned. All right, I wish I could find the daggum airport on my airport list, because I need to know how far away I am so I can start throttling back and getting prepared for landing. So I don't mean to whine, and if you just join me, if you just joined my stream, forgive me for that rant. That was well over a year ago now. It's all good, and I'm typically not a complainer on my stream, but yeah. I tend to learn the hard way. Just the weak killers. Yeah, I mean, I tend to be a person that trusts probably more than I should, and that was a case of trusting someone that I probably shouldn't have. Oh, dang, damn it. I shouldn't have trusted as much as I did. Houston Airport, that is not what I'm wanting. Where the heck is George Bush International Airport at? Houston Southwest. Okay, I'm getting closer.
Houston approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform
All right,
Foxtrot
getting,
Yankee Houston approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
All right, so we're cleared to go into their
Cleared through
airspace.
Bravo airspace Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
I'm gonna go ahead and get lined up. I mean, we're getting close. I should be able to find it on my list of airports, but it's all good. I'll just surprise them. I'll just land and surprise them. Yeah, and it's not that I necessarily don't trust anybody, but I'm a little more skeptical than what I used to be. Yeah, that's true. And am I partially at fault Yeah, I probably am, because I didn't make it clear to him all of the peripherals I was going to be using. So I can't be, you know, it's not that I was going to take him to court or anything, you know, over it, because, you know, I am partially to blame for not telling him all the stuff that I was going to, you know, be plugging into it. But still, that's true. That's true. But and I come from an automotive background. I worked at an automotive dealership for 28 years of my life, and I'll tell you this: if I went into a dealership looking for a truck, if I'm a salesman, I'm gonna say, well, what do you plan on doing with your truck? Are you just gonna use it for regular transportation? Are you gonna be hauling a big trailer? You know, I'm gonna ask, what are you gonna be doing with it? What, you know, what equipment are you gonna be using? Instead of just, you know, me walking in and saying, hey, I want a PC I can stream on Twitch, and the dude doesn't ask me what all you're gonna be hooking up to this thing. So, you know, I mean, again, I'll take part of the blame. There we go. There's my airport.
Houston Tower Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee is 24 miles southeast, 3,000 feet with Yankee to land.
So that's my story.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston Tower. Altimeter tree 0.01 wind calm, fly left base runway 27.
All right, left base 27. Where is 27? Dang it, that's
runway
gonna throw me off.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
27. Where is runway 27? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find runway. Oh, there's runway 27. Left base. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a fly around. All right, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Okay, so here is here's the airport I'm gonna land at, and it's got 5 runways. There's a little short one right here, so 33R, 33L, right and left. Then it's got these 27, and then 26L and 26R. So it's really 10 runways, 5 in one direction, 5 in the other. I was wanting to land on 33R because it's going to be a straight shot for me, but they want me to fly 27 in left. So what I'm going to have to do, what that means is I'm going to have to do a flight pattern where I come in from the left and land. So I'm going to have to go this way around the airport and then land coming from the left. So I need to go ahead and turn this direction to be able to land runway 27. I know, right? I mean, it's an absolute game changer, man. So I still got a little ways to go. Probably going to be a half hour before I'm ready to land. Oh man, the yoke, it's pretty sweet, Kangaroo. It is pretty sweet. And now we can see some land. Let's look at the outside really quick. This one was $170, $170 US. So this is Houston, y'all. Y'all, welcome to Texas, y'all. Welcome to Texas, where everything's bigger. Yeehaw. It's really not bad for what you get. I guess I could just select another runway for landing, but I've always wanted to do a proper approach, so I'm going to do a left approach. Wait, that's a right approach. What I was doing was a right approach, so I need to go, holy crap. If I'm going to do a left approach, I really need to bank and go further out. Man, I almost messed up. There, so I'll go a few miles out this way, then turn. Yeah, left base, okay. Oh, it's not bad. So you're 15. Sorry, Taco. You know, so one thing about streaming and the internet and all that stuff is, for some reason, and it's I guess it's just human nature. Whatever age you are, you tend to assume, and I know what assuming does, you tend to assume that the other people are kind of your age. So no, dude, I just assumed that you were around the same age as myself and ACATers and Weston and all those. So yeah, I'm sorry for assuming that you're old. My bad. No, there's Taco, there's a lot of young people that are in my channel. When I was really going strong, and I was averaging very close to 15 viewers a stream. Most of them were really young, and I hope to build my stream back up to that point again. And it's totally my fault because I took that time off. So no, dude, that's perfectly fine. I mean, you can gain a lot of wisdom from us older folks. But I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, Weston's amazing. Yeah, I knew he wasn't anywhere near as old as I am, but still, he's a cool dude. I don't know what I was gonna say. That's another part of getting old. Oh yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at the number of people that are not necessarily, well, yeah, I guess, that are around my age that also stream. I met one guy, he's bald, got a beard, and really cool guy. Chris, let's see, he was streaming earlier. He's not now. Shoot, I forgot his username. Chris L something or other. Really cool dude. He plays a lot of community games, and watched a streamer yesterday who Noob's mom, who is a great grandmother, and she's a really cool streamer. All right, so what's going to happen here? What they want me to do, and I was totally mistaken a little while ago, what they want me to do is fly in, take a bank left, and then bank another left and fly into this runway here. So I'm fixing to spin around and head that direction. I have no idea why I did what I did, why I even turned left. I have no idea. Kind of tired. That's probably why. So I'm gonna do a pretty tight turn, point my nose up a little bit so I won't lose altitude. There's my airport. All right, I'm gonna head back this direction now. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's 4 a.m. Dude, get some sleep. Get some sleep. You're fine. You're fine, Taco. I mean, it's 11:10 p.m. for me, and I'm zoning out because I'm tired. But I've got to get up at 5:30 in the morning too. I'm not quite in the right flight pattern, but it'll be okay. As long as I land safely, that's all that matters at this point. Stuff I have to learn. This storm has followed me the whole time I've been flying this leg of the flight. And when I look at the Weather Channel, that's actually the weather that they're having right now in Houston. So that's pretty amazing, dude. Yeah, you've got a really bad schedule to be up this late. Yeah, so I'm just pulling up the radar map again, and sure enough, it's storming in Houston. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing that they have real-time weather. Mind-blowing. This sim is just mind-blowing. Kangaroo, if you're still lurking me, I did run out of gas on this leg too, so I had to do another mid-air refueling. It doesn't work with the pre-downloaded map. Okay. I've got to do better about checking my fuel levels before I take off. Need to play in the live streaming mode thingy. So the thing about the live streaming mode, if it's what I think you're talking about. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm with you. Okay. But there is what was it? There's some setting that I saw about real-time players or something like that. Dude, that mid-air refuel, yes it does. I've just got to do better about making sure I'm full before I take off. But there was some setting that when I did it, it changed the time to my local time, and I'm not a good night flyer right now. And the game is, I mean, flying at night's kind of boring because there's nothing to see but the lights. It's kind of like flying over that big body of water I was flying over. Okay, I'm getting in some turbulence now, so let me do my pilot duties real quick. All right, folks, we're coming up on approach to the George Bush International Airport here in Houston, Texas. The weather right now, it is mid 70s. We do have some thunderstorms activity going on, so we're gonna run into some turbulence. You're probably feeling some of that now. So if you would, please make your way to your seats. Stay buckled, seated, put your trays in the upright position, seats in the upright position as well. Make sure all luggage and other carry-ons are stowed properly underneath your seat or in the luggage area above you. That's about it. Just hold on for probably a little bit of a bumpy ride as we fly into the George Bush International Airport. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Flight attendants, go ahead and prepare for landing. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that, people. Just had to do my pilot duties, you know, let my passengers know what's going on. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta make 2 banked turns. Goes to the bathroom. Yes. That would be pretty funny if the pilot just makes an announcement and then he oh, you mean you? Yeah. But that would be hilarious though. The pilot makes an announcement and then he comes out of the cockpit and walks down the aisle to go to the bathroom. I'd be like, wait a minute, who's up here? Of course they have autopilot and they have, you know, co-pilots and stuff, but still that's pretty hilarious. All right, so why am I not? Oh, okay, there we go. I got to remember what, so whenever you're flying an approach to an airport, there's different legs, is what they call it. The base leg, I can't remember all of them, but I need to study more on that so that I can actually remember what leg was what. So this is this crosswind base. I can't remember all of them. But if I'm gonna be a pilot, I've got to know all this stuff. Even though I'm not gonna be a pilot in real life. All right, let's take a look over to the left. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Big bolt of lightning. That's real comforting. Everybody, look out your right window. Don't look out the left window. All right, we should be seeing. Yeah, there's the airport right there. So I'm just trying to get lined up with runway 27. Yeah, on our left we have nothing. That was pretty funny. We have a big cloud. We have water vapor on our left. All right, I should probably fly out to the right just a little bit more so it's not quite such a tight turn to get onto the runway. We'll fly out this way just a little bit more. Then we'll go in for our landing, and then I got to end stream. Holy crap, streaming a lot longer than what I was anticipating. I thought this was going to be like a 2-hour flight, so I said, well, I'll just go ahead and do that tonight. And here I am 3 hours into my stream and not even there yet. So here we are. I'm gonna come around to about right here, then swing it around, and we'll go ahead and land. This is runway 27 right here. Yeah, who needs sleep? Me. Oh, good Lord, man, you still got a shower? See, if I showered right before I went to bed, I would be so awake. Go ahead. Might play something new on in, but oh my gosh, dude. I don't know how you do it, Taco. I have to have my sleep. I have to have my sleep. All right, so let's see here. The elevation here at this airport is 80 feet. So that's not that. This ought to be fairly easy. So my altimeter is the 0 on my altimeter is. Oh shoot! That scared the crap out of me. Dang it.
Baby shark.
Hannah, thank you so much for that baby shark sound alert. That scared the crap out of me.
Y'all doing all the sound alerts. Taco, thank you for dropping the bass. Dropping that bass. And Hannah, thank you for the baby shark.
No, that's cool. I was so concentrated. That was actually hilarious. That was hilarious. I was concentrated so much that I was not expecting that. But thank you. How are you, Hannah? Good to see you. My goodness, do you ever sleep, Hannah? Because like I see you early in the morning. If I stream early in the morning, you're there. If I stream late at night, you're there.
Scruffy Tam,
Show us those socks. All right, cool. I've been waiting to show these. My socks of the day. Let me move my nav map where I can see. All right, so my socks of the day on the right foot. You really can't see them good, dadgummit. These are Oscar the Grouch. There we go. Oscar the Grouch socks, brand new. Got them just for Halloween. Oscar the Grouch socks. And then on the left foot, I've got my green socks with multicolored candy canes on them. Those are my socks of the day. And thank you for that. Thank you for posting that. You feel like you don't sleep, Hannah. Hannah, you need sleep. I have to have sleep. I'm gonna be so tired in the morning. All right, I need to throttle on down because we're fixing to come in for the approach the lands. Let me bring the throttle on back some. Once I get straight, I'll put my flaps down. I bet this airport is thinking, my gosh, how long does it take Scruffy to land a freaking plane? I mean, I announced my intentions to land how long ago? It's been a while. Sock restock. Heck yeah, man. No, I appreciate that, Taco. Thank you. I bought some the clown from It. Yeah, about an hour ago. They're like, where is this dude at? I bought some It clowns, Pennywise socks at the same place that I bought the Oscar the Grouch socks. But those Pennywise socks, they're really narrow, and I've got a big heel. I can't get them over my heel to pull them up. Oh, I'm fantastic, Hannah. I'm really doing well. The last time I went to my heart doctor, he told me that my health is perfect except for my weight. At that time, it was August 16th, I weighed 420 pounds. He told me, you know, if you lose weight, you can probably come off even my heart medications. And he said that you'll be in perfect health. So I finally took him seriously, and since August 16th I've lost 31 pounds, so I'm down to whatever that is, 389, 388. So I'm really happy with that. And still losing too. It's hard. It's extremely hard. All right, there goes my flaps down. Oh, thank you, Hannah. Like I said, it's the first, it's not hard right now. The first 2 weeks was really, really hard because I'm not addicted to smoking or drinking, but I'm addicted to eating. And it was really difficult, but my cravings are gone, my hunger's gone. So I'm doing well. I'm pretty, thank you. I'm pretty proud of myself actually too. I know that's probably I'm not a conceited person, but that kind of sounds conceited, but I'm pretty happy with myself for that. All right, so we're gonna come on in for the landing. I'm coming in kind of hot, which I tend to do, and I feel so much better too. Oh, Hannah, like I love to eat. I love to eat. All right. Yeah, I know. I've been known to crash a plane or two, and I'm way right of the runway right now. I'm just watching my altimeter because 0 is sea level. So this is the altimeter. It tells me how high I am. 0 is sea level, and I'm 80 feet above sea level. So I just have to keep in mind that if I hit zero, then I'm below ground in more ways than one. Yeah, that's right. The floor is not your friend in a plane, no doubt. All right, and this is kind of intimidating. Oh crap! I am so far away from this runway, it's ridiculous. Oh shoot! I'm actually about to land on the wrong runway if I'm not careful. I got to get lined up a lot better than I am, people. This is the first time I've flown through clouds into a landing too, so this is gonna be interesting. The good thing is I do have flight controls and a very good throttle control now too, so I should be able to stick this even if I have to throttle up just a little bit to make it to the runway. Yeah, which I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to throttle up a little bit. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm getting lined up. I'm getting there. Man, I am feeling the turbulence. Oh, Kung Fu, if you're still here, does your controllers have haptic feedback? Does it like vibrate and stuff? Because that's one thing I've noticed, that the Xbox controller did have haptic feedback, but this one does not. And I really like the feeling of being able to feel as well as see. No force feedback, no vibration. Okay. That would be a nice feature to have. The Xbox controller, that was one plus for me about it. All right, here we go. We're coming in. I don't see the runway lights, but we're coming up. We're coming up on it. According to my navigation map, it looks like I'm lined up pretty well. This weather is kind of screwing with me a little bit. I think I see the runway. I'll throttle back just a little bit now.
Uniform Foxtrot Yankee in 027 at 7. Clear
All right.
to land runway 27.
So I'm cleared to run landway.
Cleared to land runway 27.
I'm cleared to land runway 27, which according to my map, I'm pretty much lined up for it. Oh crap! You know what I just realized, Kung Fu? I don't know what my brake is. Would the brake be B on the keyboard? So I didn't look to see what the brake is on this controller. Yeah, that's pretty smart. I can land, I just can't stop. Had not thought of that until just now. Okay, is this my runway over here to the left? Well, if I land... If I land at the end of the runway... Yeah, I'm gonna die. Hannah, you can go ahead and accept that. Get pedals next. That's a good idea. Yeah, get pedals next. Good idea. Good idea. Okay, here we go. And of course, I'm way left of the runway now. Holy crap. Yeah, I definitely need pedals. That it would help right here in this situation. Oh god. Here we go. Well, I'm getting a little better lined up. I kind of forgot to throttle down. Should have throttled down a lot earlier than then. Well, that actually wasn't my best landing, but it was a landing. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Where's the brake?
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee exit runway when able.
Yeah, well, the problem is we don't have brakes, Houston. So Houston, we have a problem. Oh yeah, no doubt, man. This makes a huge difference.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee exit runway when able.
Dude. Okay. I know you've got other planes trying to come in and trying to leave. Not being selfish, but you know, not having brakes does make a difference. Oh wait, the brake, press number delete. There we go.
Going to 121.7 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
No, I still haven't found brake. I mean, it told me how to do it, but my keyboard is like really dark. If I was a real pilot, I would be so lost at this airport. All right, here we go. So I'm going to turn right here. Far bottom right. Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, that's better. I appreciate the heck out of that. Thank you, Taco. And trust me, the air traffic really appreciates that too. Trying to find fuel at this airport. This airport is huge. Are these cars not gonna stop for me? Are you serious? I actually kind of jumped right there. Wow. Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh wait, ground services? Oh, never mind. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was thinking ground services was gonna be, you know, like, hey, we'll bring your fuel out to you. Okay, like I'm in the major part of the airport where all the jumbo jets and stuff are. Well, maybe not, because here's a little Cessna out here. All right, I'm gonna call this a done flight. Set my park brake. Turn off my engines, or engine. Kill power. Flight's done. All right, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I am beat. I'm tired. Yeah, I landed and I didn't die. Thank you, Kung Fu. Thank you, Taco. Everybody else who was here, I appreciate it too. Thank you just for being here. I appreciate the support.